Cam Radio with your boy Tony G, Big Lou, Tuesday night, 8 o'clock at the Sports Book. For all your gambling tips, thanks for tuning in on Cam Radio. A lot going on over the weekend. The Masters, McIlroy won again. Scheffler was second. Henley was third. Young was fourth. So one thing when people were asking me about golf. So I took McIlroy plus 250, won some money. This was late into the tournament. So I had a guy bet. He took Burns at plus 650 because at one point going into Sunday, he was one under. I mean, the guy put a pretty decent 100 plus on the game. I mean, on the golf, it paid 1,100. He didn't win, but I'm saying there's money to be made. There's money to be made in golf. I mean, you know, especially if those top guys are pretty much the top guys. I mean, they're there. They're going to be in the hunt. So it's never a bad bet. But like I said, I got him at plus 250, and that was yesterday. Not yesterday, but it was Sunday, and made a little money. Like I said, that Burns bet wasn't me, but it was somebody else. But I was like, holy cow! But he faded. But there's always, like I said, there's money to be made in the golf. You got, like I said, the tracks are all running. We got the Derby coming up. Had the Oak Lawn Derby. There's all kind of horse racing going on. A lot of interesting things going on with the NBA playoffs. Yeah. And so here's a little funny stat. Atlanta gets rid of Trae Young. Looks like they're gonna, just be a trash barrel fire all the rest of the year. And here they go making the playoffs, finishing 46 and 36. And I was just like, oh, yeah. I mean, they probably won't make it past the first round, but it's kind of
the fact that they made it to the playoffs is a win.
That they made it in the playoffs, seed 6, 2 teams, 2 bears, 2 shots. And then of course Detroit was number 1 in Eastern Conference, Boston number 2, Celtics number 3, Cavaliers number 4, Toronto and Atlanta really were tied for 5th and 6th. And then the people that squeezed in was Philadelphia, Orlando Magic, Charlotte Hornets, and the Miami Heat. So who wasn't in the playoffs is the Milwaukee Bucks. And that's going to turn it. I don't know where Giannis is going to go. I think that was totally mishandled.
Totally mishandled.
Totally mishandled.
Doc stepped down. I guess he's going back to his role of what he was doing before he decided to come down and become the head coach. But he's stepping away from coaching the team, and he's got to go back to his consultant role.
So a lot of people, when I was listening to, a lot of them say that he's the one of the main reasons how this deal with Giannis has gotten so twisted. I don't know if all that to be 100% true, but I know Doc in the past has had some personnel problems dealing with people, mishandling situations. So it's not uncommon. But whoever mishandled it, I mean, you got this generational talent that you're not going to have anymore, and you basically imploded a team. They really could really added on to it, and just never seemed like they won their championship. They went back to the playoffs the next year, and then
it was like, okay, we're good.
We're good. That's exactly what the organization kind of threw out there. Didn't and it'll be interesting to see what they actually get for him. I don't know what they're hoping for, or what their major plan is. And who are they going to get to coach? Who's coaching?
Yeah. So now you got to find a head coach, and nobody's going to want to go there and not know who the new head coach is going to be. So now I was thinking that if they did something with New York, with the Knicks, it'll probably be Cat and a couple of or another person or some draft picks, and then Giannis come over. But the only issue I have with that, I think it could work, but the only issue I have is like Bronson is a ball dominated type guy, and Giannis is too for a big. So is there going to be a conflict with them getting the ball? You know, with who's pretty much handling the ball all the time. So,
So
but you know, it might work.
my
Not
question
sure.
to you is, my question to you is though, when you look at the Knicks, you go, boy, if they had Giannis, that would put him over the edge. I don't. I mean, I don't know if that's the piece that they're. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he's a
Yeah,
stud. He's going
yeah,
to
I'm with you
score.
on that.
Yeah, but I just don't know if that you go. That's the piece that New York needs to put him over the edge. That's the part I'm not 100% sold on.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
with you on that. New York needs to
because
build a team. I don't think getting a bunch of stars is going to do it. I think they need to build a team. You know, yeah, get good quality free agents in, but they need to build a team where, you know, they can steadily, you know, get back to, you know, back to the big 3 or 4 or top, you know, of the Eastern Conference.
correct.
I don't know, you know, I don't I don't hate Mike Brown, but what has he done? What has he done? Don't hate him, but you know, I didn't understand the coaching move, but uh from digging into the sports, I saw where the he was part of the problem why the communication kind of fell off toward the end of the season. They were saying he was kind of part of that, the coach that they had. But Mike Brown's a tough coach like that too, though.
Yeah.
But it just seems like there's a ceiling for him now. And he's pretty, and I'm sure he's a good coach. He's got good basketball IQ and all that. But it seems like there's a ceiling for him now because he goes somewhere and they get to what, you know, they'll get to a certain spot and then that's where they're at.
I mean, that's a
So,
very. I mean,
yeah.
that's a
So
very good
it's hard.
session.
Yeah, it's hard to say. It's hard to say. You know, I agree with you about him going to the Knicks and how's that gonna make it. How's that gonna make it better? I agree. I don't think he really needs. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. He can't go west. He's not gonna win out there. It's too stacked out there. Unless he goes to the Golden State Warriors and try to help Steph win another championship. But that's a hard one to put down though, Tony.
Yeah, and I agree. And I totally agree. Because Steph and Green. I mean, how many more years do they have?
Right.
Um, Giannis would be a huge plus for him.
Yeah.
I like I said, I know there's good fits for him. I was just saying in New York, I just didn't
Mm-hmm.
see. I mean, they could rotate him and Brunson. I mean, that would give him
Yeah.
two separate lines that would be pretty dominant, which that's not a bad
Mm-hmm.
thing. Um, yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see where he ends up.
Yeah.
Um, going in the Western Conference, Golden State squeezed in,
Mm-hmm.
Clippers squeezed in, Portland Trailblazers squeezed in, Phoenix squeezed in. The Timberwolves are your sixth. Houston is your fifth. Los Angeles is your fourth. Um, Denver, San Antonio, and of course Oklahoma Thunder,
Mm-hmm.
which arguably the best team in the NBA. Um, there's no doubt about that. They ended up with the best record. I think San Antonio's the Nuggets can beat a lot of teams if they can stay healthy.
Yeah, they're going to be the silent killer in the playoffs if they stay healthy. And because we already know Jokic is going to do his thing.
Yeah.
Um, Gordon has to be consistent. If Gordon can stay consistent, then there'll be a problem. But he's up playing like an all-star one game, then this game is like 8 points or
Right.
or 3, 4 rebounds. You can't up and down like that. He was a little more consistent then, yeah. But I agree with you. There, I think that the Nuggets are the dark horse.
If they can stay healthy, I mean, I
Yeah,
think if they can stay healthy, they're going to be tough. They play a great. I mean, they match up well with Oklahoma and San Antonio. I mean, even though I mean, they both have better records than them. They're not. They're not an easy. They're definitely not an easy win by any means. How are you perceiving the Lakers in this playoffs? They're going against Houston. Is that right?
yes.
Uh,
Uh ah they probably should be. It depends on the health of Austin Reeves and Luke. If they could come back healthy and if it doesn't take them a long time to get back into their groove, yeah, I think they have a chance because even though Houston, to me, Houston looks like they should be the better basketball team, but they're inconsistent.
yeah,
So, and you can't be as consistent against the IQ of LeBron. And then you got, if all three of them are back, they got a good chance of beating Houston. But then if they do beat Houston, is that okay, D? Because I don't think
right.
he's won a chip since he left Golden State. Am I correct?
Yes, you're correct.
Right.
We
So,
went to Brooklyn with the Super Three. That was supposed to be something. Turned out to be nothing. Um,
right. With the
very
Phoenix, with
yeah,
Aiden and
yeah. Didn't turn out to be
yeah.
anything. Um, very interesting legacy. One
Hmm.
of the best shooters probably in the NBA ever.
Yeah.
But definitely, the thing is apparently there. I mean, obviously there was a lot of turmoil in Golden State, especially that last when he got hurt. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. Had he not got hurt in the playoffs, it'd be a totally different story.
yeah, I think you're right. I think it could have been three. Um, I mean, you got the so Houston, Los Angeles, Atlanta, New York, Minnesota, Denver,
Hmm.
Toronto, Cleveland. Um, those all should be pretty interesting. Um,
Yeah.
they'll all play the winner, and then going into Sunday, because all those games are to be denounced. Um,
Hmm.
Boston's waiting to see who they play. Oklahoma's waiting to see who
Yeah.
they play. Detroit, San Antonio, um, and then you have Golden State against the Clippers, Orlando against Philadelphia, Portland against Phoenix, Miami with Charlotte. Charlotte at times has really played really good basketball this year. There's been
Yeah.
times when Charlotte's been, you're like, the Hornets, they got some young talent and they're making some moves. So
Yeah.
maybe this is moving in the right moving in the right direction.
Yeah.
And then Miami, I mean, those games will be good to watch. Have to check.
Hmm.
Let me see.
Yeah.
See what we got here. Let's see if we can pull this up. Um, I was trying to pull up. There we go. Let's do that. See where they got everybody. And NBA playoffs.
Yeah. They give me stats. I mean, they don't give me stats. They just put my
Yeah,
teams
giving
in the.
they're favoring the Hornets by -5.5.
Hmm.
Phoenix by -3.5. Orlando, I mean Philadelphia -2. The Clippers are favored over the Warriors. The Raptors are are underdogs by 8 to Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
Denver, Minnesota is -6. The Knicks in Atlanta, the Knicks are -5. I would have thought the Knicks would have been a little bit higher than that. I would have thought maybe 8. Um,
Right.
and then Houston and the Lakers is minus. The Lakers are actually 5.5 dogs on this one. They're giving
Mm-hmm.
Houston. They're giving Houston 5.5 -5.5. And I kind of like the Lakers in that game playing at home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I think they'll, like you said, Houston has been too inconsistent. Um,
Right.
and like I said, I like the Lakers. I mean, I don't know how far the Lakers can go, but I think they get out of this. Um,
Yeah. I think to get out the first round, then second round is they're going to have to play third round basketball in the second round because of because of how that team is made up.
it'd be interesting to see once we get past this first entry level round and
Mm-hmm.
how we go from there. Um, if any of these dark horses can actually make it further, a little further down the road. Um,
Right.
I mean, whoever ends up with Denver is going to have their hands full, and even Cleveland. Well, I'm just saying, but
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Orlando and Philly, whoever ends up with them, that should be light work. Warriors and Clippers, I mean, because they're going to play a higher seed, so they're going to. I mean, I would think they would be um, dealt with, but these are the series. These are the series where a lot of bumps and bruises are attained. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and most of these series after the first, those teams are trying to get out of there in 4. They're not
Mm-hmm.
trying to go 7 games, 7 games, 7 games. They're trying to get in and out,
No.
which
Right.
makes total sense. Total total sense. But
Right.
yeah, we'll have to look at that, and that's coming up. But I definitely like. So I like the Raptors +8. Like I think that game's going to be closer than they're kind of predicting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I agree with you. I think it's going to be closer than that.
And then the Lakers play on Saturday. The Knicks play on Saturday. Like I said, right now that's Knicks are -5. Um, Houston's -5.5, and that could change. The over's 207, which I think is low on the Laker game. Um, because they both can score. Defense is average. Um, so I do like the over on the Lakers game.
Okay.
207 and a half. Um, so like the over on the Denver game is 231.
Hmm.
And you gotta be careful when you're betting the lives because man, you gotta be really on top of that math because you're trying to,
Yeah.
if it's third quarter and they need to score another 90 points, and depending where you're at, because the
Right.
fourth quarter probably going to be worth 50 points. That's right off the zipper. 25-25. That's pretty modest. But you got to figure out like how deep are we in the ninth? I mean the ninth. How deep are we in the third? How much time is left? And can they put on so many more points? Um, and that's definitely when you're betting the live overs and unders. Definitely something you got to kind of watch at all times. You live around entry NFL draft years. For just kind of looking at a bunch of different stuff, and then we have
Mm-hmm.
schedule. NHL's got playoffs coming up, so we got matchup. I think it's for we got. Let me see. Was it Saturday? No, that was Saturday. Was NBA's last, and so I think we have a couple days left in the NHL um, world, and then we'll have those playoffs those playoffs coming. Let me see if we got it. Regular, okay. All right, they're going there. You can see here, I'm trying to Metropolitan wild card. Okay. Yeah. So we got our playoffs will be starting very shortly. Um, and again, there's money to be made in the NHL. First period, betting the first period, betting the game, betting the over, just kind of paying
Hmm.
attention. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
and one thing you got to do, man, like if you really want to bet and try to take it a little bit serious, um, do your homework, get your stats, follow what you got. Um, there's so much information on the internet, and there's so many forums that you can go to and find out who's not playing, who's injured, who might be injured, who's got a fracture, just all that stuff that kind of plays a huge factor in any bet that you want to put down. Um, have some fun with it. Trying to see,
Mm.
try to pull that up, and then of course we got baseball getting in its
Hmm.
groove. So we got a lot going on. Horse racing, baseball, NHL playoffs are coming up. The NBA's playoffs are starting to come up. I mean, enjoy it because boy, after about 5 weeks, it'll be horse racing, which I really like horse racing, but I mean it's horse racing and baseball, and then we're waiting
Yeah,
for the NFL, and then
right.
we got your smaller leagues.
Yeah,
Um,
it's 707 leagues and stuff like that.
that's really starting to catch on.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
really, a lot of people seem to like it. It's very fast paced. Um, a lot of great athletes. Uh, I don't know how big it will get, but I think it will do. I think it will do well. I think it can have a. Now, what about the big three? Is that still a thing? Ice Cube's big three.
Yeah, I haven't heard much noise about it, but it's still a thing. They still travel. He's even trying to get he's working on doing a women's version of it right now.
Okay. Okay. I mean, that might be a good thing to do
Yeah.
them both at the same time.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Have them do it at the same time and be team correspondent. That way you don't have to spend a bunch of money on jerseys and stuff like that. Everything is team correspondent.
yeah. Well, it's like anything. I think NBA, NHL, MLB, NFL, those are permanent. Those are permanent fixtures. And I
Yeah.
think in history, other things will come, and they'll make a little splash, but they're never here for long. They're
Yeah.
just not, and that goes. I mean, people, and not knocking anybody's idea, but man, there's been lots of leagues with a lot of money
Mm.
before that have failed. I mean, you go back to the AFL, you go back to the um, or Dr. J, the red, white, and blue ball. Um, Not the
Yeah.
NBA, but you know what I'm saying? Like there was
Yeah,
that. That
yeah,
was
yeah.
a yeah, that was a good league. The NFL was um, NFL was trying to take an American football. Remember, their football
Mhm.
was white with black. That was their old school.
Yeah.
The basketball was red, white, and blue. That's where Dr. J and them all came from. So yeah,
Hmm.
there's possible, and then you had the XFL twice. Um, and the original XFL had a lot of money behind it, had a lot of good players, but it just never caught the footing. And I think everything else, like the 3-on-3 basketball, the seven, I think it has its time, and I think you have to capitalize on it, and then it fades
Hmm.
off. You know, what I mean, because
Yeah,
for
yeah.
whatever reason is, we've never been able to make a farm league for the NFL. Don't really know. Baseball's got this unbelievable farm. set up. You know, I mean, it's
Mhm.
minor league, it's
Right.
A, double A, triple A. You know, I mean, they're grooming players. Um, there's players that play in those leagues for 10, 12 years that never make it to the big show. Um, so the NFL football, for some reason, just has never been able to have a grooming station like that. Even the European
Right.
football. Remember, I thought that was pretty. I thought that was
Yeah.
a pretty good
Yeah.
product.
Yeah.
Um, but financially, it just wasn't. You know what I mean? Because there was some guys that came from the European NFL European, and it just I guess it. You know, at the end of the day, it's all about money, dollars and cents, and I guess that was not was not feasible. So it's good
Right.
to
Right.
see all this stuff come in. Like I said, the 7-on-7. Um, we just kind of go from there. And remember, guys, if you guys want to reach out to us on Facebook, the Sportsbook. Reach out to us on the KM Radio page. Either one, we will get back with you. Someone will get back with you. And like I said, if you have any kind of events, to advertise, looking to be a sponsor of one of the shows, not just ours. We have other many shows on. Reach out, reach out to KM Radio, and don't forget to always be you're gambling, man. Make sure you got a plan, and make sure you definitely money management. Do not be one of those guys that are just all over the board. If you really want to be successful, and I'm not saying you're going to be a millionaire. I'm just saying if you want to be successful and have some fun in sports betting, be consistent. Whatever you're, I don't care if it's $5 a game, be consistent,
Right.
10, 25, $100 a game. Be consistent on what you can
Hmm.
afford and it's like playing the stock market. Only put in what you can afford to lose and have some fun with it and try to win some money. We got anything going on in the NFL? Tony, I know.
NFL news today. The Green Bay Packers did a trade with the Philadelphia Eagles that got Wicks, and they got I think they got a first rounder. Let me look it up. They got a first rounder. Um, Hold on one second. Let me pull this up real quick. I don't want to put the wrong information out there. Okay, here we go. Yeah, the Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah, they got wide receiver Dontavian Weeks.
Okay.
And the Packers receive a fifth round pick in this year's draft and a sixth rounder in next year's draft.
Next year draft.
Mm-hmm.
And we got NFL moves coming. All right, guys,
Yeah.
don't forget to tune in to us every Tuesday night, 8 o'clock on KM Radio. It's called the Sports Book. Tony G, Big Lou, got your picks coming for you. You got scores, whatever else is happening in our sports world. All right, guys, I want to thank everyone for tuning in. All right, Tony G, Big Lou, the Sports Book on KM Radio, where we go ham.
Bam.
Cool.
Right.
Cool.
Good to go.